it's time to talk about a show that not only capitalizes on what it did at a pay-per-view, but makes you excited for what's to come. Unlike Monday Night Raw, we're talking about Tuesday Night Live, or we talk about Smackdown Live and 205 Live.
Yeah.
205 Live was this week, but Smackdown was fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed Tuesday's wrestling events far more thoroughly than I did Monday's wrestling event.
Yeah. Check out our, I'm not even sure you'd call it a review, but check out the thing we did after Monday Night Raw.
Check out our thoughts on Raw.
Our Monday Night Raw thoughts. But for now, let's talk about SmackDown, where we opened up with the brand new WWE Champion Bray Wyatt, who comes out to quite an ovation.
Yes, and a "You Deserve It" chant.
You Deserve It chant. People popping at every right moment in this promo. A lot of good lines saying he's holding the whole damn world in his hands. It's just...
Ooh, he said the D word.
Yeah, he did. Hey, Daniel Bryan said Jesus, so...
Yeah.
I think Bray can say damn, right? Is that okay?
Jesus isn't considered a cuss word.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure. Pretty sure that's just the person's name.
It's only if you follow it with Christ. Then they have to cut it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, yeah, Bray Wyatt talking about how he is...
He saw a security guard off stage who wasn't helping, and his name tag was actually Jesus.
Oh, Jesus! Get in here and help. Yeah, Bray, doing the I am the champion type of thing, talking about his win in Elimination Chamber and the fact that the era of Wyatt is upon us. And then he would be quickly joined by apparently what was supposed to be a one-on-one match. His opponent for the night would be John Cena.
Yeah.
John Cena comes out and says, "Hey, there's 3 words on my shirt, and 2 of them I'm going to tell you about right now because nobody deserves anything. It's all about what you earn." And I think that's kind of a bullshit line, but I think people do deserve certain things.
I'm going to be honest. You earn what you deserve.
Yeah. I thought that was a very petty line from
He
John
deserves
Cena.
it because he worked his ass off for it.
Yeah. And he didn't cheat or anything. He straight up beat AJ Styles.
And John Cena.
Well, he didn't beat John Cena.
He didn't beat John Cena? I thought he eliminated John.
Did he eliminate John?
I'm pretty sure he eliminated John and AJ both.
Then John, shut your mouth and get back in line, sir. I mean, I respect you, but shut up. So yeah, so he's talking about how, he doesn't want to wait till the main event. He wants to do the match right now. And AJ's like, what the are you talking about?
Foop.
What the foop? Because AJ is guaranteed a one-on-one rematch from the Royal Rumble, as per Shane McMahon a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And so Daniel Bryan does exactly what you would in a situation like this. You have 2 number 1 contenders, technically. You have 1 champion. Make it a triple threat match.
Yeah.
And that is our main event. We also see that Dean Ambrose is still a little tiffed about the brutalization that befell him from Baron Corbin in the Elimination Chamber, and he is searching high and low for Baron Corbin. We'll just kind of jump straight to...
But mostly low.
Mostly low? But he's tall. Wouldn't you look high?
You'd think. But Dean was searching mostly low. That's how he found Carmella and James Ellsworth.
That's true. And then this turned into a situation where Dean Ambrose was just so mad about Baron Corbin and the fact that James Ellsworth dresses like a moron now. Daniel Bryan happened to show up and he's like, "Can I just beat him up?" And Daniel's like, "Yeah, sure."
Alright, you guys got a match. Go ahead. Have fun, guys.
So James Ellsworth went down to the ring and introduced Carmella and not himself. And then Dean Ambrose's music hit. And Dean Ambrose didn't walk out. He crawled out while he was gripped tightly by Baron Corbin, who had beat the shit out of him. They fought a little bit over on the side of the stage, and then as Dean Ambrose got a little bit of momentum back on his side, decided to run at Baron Corbin, and then got deep sixed into a combination of tables and electronic devices. And needless to say...
And gluten-free cookies.
Are you sure they're gluten-free?
Pretty sure.
Alright. Gluten-free cookies, tables, and electronic devices.
Oh my.
That sounds like a music album.
Sounds like a great pay-per-view concept.
You shut your mouth. Only if it's for Raw. But yeah, needless to say, Baron Corbin stopped any chance of a Dean Ambrose versus James Ellsworth match.
TLG.
TLG?
Tables. And then L as an EL for electronics. And
Tables,
G,
electronics, and gluten. Oh my.
gluten-free cookies.
Oh.
TLG.
You have to say gluten-free cookies?
Mm-hmm.
That's just a mouthful.
I mean, like, technically, you could be TLC for tables, electronics, and cookies. But I like L as an EL for electronics because I like to spell things correctly. Enzo and KS. Morons.
Moving on, we had American Alpha taking on the Ascension in a very solid tag team match.
Oh boy, I thought the Ascension were going to get a non-title victory.
There was a really good near fall for the Ascension, and this was a really good match. I'm loving the fact that these jobber tag teams are now getting a decent amount of time, and I think we're starting to get a resurgence of these tag teams. Hopefully the Vaudevillains and Breezango are on deck next, and we get to see a little bit more of them.
Let's do this. I love American Alpha. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Can we have the Ascension go over on American Alpha?
Just once.
Even if it's non-title?
Maybe twice.
Can we put the titles on the Ascension and then feud them with Breezango?
Maybe once. Or twice.
I mean...
Just a thought.
You guys did allude during this match that they were the most dominant tag team in NXT history.
Yep.
And then they got beat up by a bunch of old guys on the main roster.
Yep.
Guys who weren't even wrestling anymore.
Yep. But once again, they would lose to American Alpha with Grand Amplitude on Victor.
Much like Title Turmoil.
What? And then we would have a message from the Usos on the Titantron, telling American Alpha that when they start to feel that feeling like you're being watched, it's not paranoia, it's the Usos. So we're gonna be seeing some Uso attacks here pretty soon.
It was a really weird idea that are the Usos just gonna start spying on American Alpha?
Maybe.
Right,
I
following
think,
him around like a couple creepers.
Honestly, I think this is as thug as the Usos can get. It's like, y'all better watch your backs because we're
gonna be staring at you.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I wouldn't want to be stared at evilly by the Usos.
It's just American Alpha is gonna be walking by the locker rooms, and that every breath you take, I'll be watching you song comes on, and they walk by, and the Usos are just leaning against the wall.
We're the white Usos.
They just watch American Alpha go by.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes.
Ascension, please.
Yeah. Daniel Bryan keeps up his matchmaking ways as he's talking to Nikki about the post-match attack during Nikki's interview at Elimination Chamber.
Which they showed.
And, Nikki's trying to... And she's like, what do you want me to do? I need to defend myself. She keeps attacking me. What do I want to do? Or what am I going to do? And Daniel's like, here, I've got an idea, and I think you'll like it. And then for some reason, that pisses Natty off.
Who just happens to be also right next to where they are.
She automatically assumes that Nikki is getting some sort of favoritism because she's now somewhat related to Daniel Bryan and dating John Cena, and so she's just getting all these things. They start fighting. This is where Daniel Bryan says Jesus, and security guards are breaking him up, and he goes, fine, you guys decide you want to fight everywhere else except for the ring, so next week both of you will face each other in a Falls Count Anywhere match.
Which I am okay with.
I wasn't excited that this match was continuing post-Elimination Chamber, but I'm kind of excited for a stipulation like this.
They found a way to keep it interesting.
So, let's hope that these ladies can keep it up and make that stipulation work for them.
And not only is it just like interesting because we added a stipulation, it's a stipulation that has reason.
Yeah.
Because we've seen now them fight inside the ring, outside the ring to a double countout, outside the arena at one point, and like multiple times backstage.
Yeah. In merch stands and interview spaces and makeup tables and all kinds of stuff.
So now we have a stipulation match that makes sense other than the fact that like we just want it to happen.
Yeah. We've literally built to a stipulation match. Hopefully this is the end, and we'll see where it goes from there. This just in, Dolph Ziggler's a dick. I don't know if you knew this. And apparently now he's like an old disgruntled dick where all the new kids are trying to take his spot and he doesn't like it. And he's going to fight them all off because get off my lawn.
Yeah, but when John Cena does it, it's like a cool thing.
Like, that's the thing is like you know, John Cena did it first, kind of. In a way, it was like, hey, you know, you want to come in, you want to prove something, you have to go through me. You prove your worth to me. It's kind of like when he came up and he proved himself to The Undertaker, and he got that nod. That makes sense. Who's trying to take Dolph's spot as the guy who gets things and loses all the time?
Ooh, that's a lot of people.
Who's trying to get that spot, though? Is anyone actually vying for that spot? I think people are trying to surpass that.
It's true.
I mean, that's my personal take on it. And I just think this is a really bad storyline to put Dolph Ziggler in, because I don't believe him as the guy like, oh, you want to try and take my spot? No, he's not. He's the same age as most of these guys, and I don't believe it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just not on board with this. WWE should have just let Dolph go last year, man. He was ready to leave. I don't know how you guys kept him around.
They gave him the Intercontinental title.
I guess, for like a minute.
Mm-hmm. But then The Miz had to win it, so he could go against Sami Zayn at Survivor Series.
And then win it. He'd keep it.
Yeah, and keep it.
So, for real, guys. Let Dolph move on.
Moving on, we usually get like one rematch from the night before. During there's a pay-per-view, the next show is usually one rematch, and we got Becky Lynch versus Mickie James again. Another solid.
Technically, this would be like the second one.
Technically.
Because American Alpha and the Ascension.
Technically, that wasn't like that. That was part of a rematch.
Yeah.
Like this was the only like legitimate rematch from the show. Another solid match, and we got a little bit more of a little bit further in this storyline of Mickie now embracing her heel side.
Oh yeah.
Becky had been working the arm a lot during the match. She ends up getting knocked off the apron and starts selling her shoulder like it's dislocated or something. And the referee, despite Becky going out and grabbing Mickie and tossing her back in, the referee's like trying to back Becky up, and Mickey's really selling the shoulder. Like there was at one point I legit thought she was hurt.
Yeah, she legitimately looked at the referee and said, "I think it's separated."
Yeah. So she's really selling the injury, and then Becky gets a little too close for comfort while the doctor. This was the best part is while the referee is asking for the doctor, Mickie stands up, hits the Mick kick, knocks out Becky Lynch, and goes down for the pin. And the ref just stares at Mickie, and Mickie actually has to yell, "Count!" And the ref's like, "Fine, 1, 2, 3," and like the most disgruntled way. He's like, "I don't want to give you this win. You are such a bitch." But Mickie James does pick up a win. And then it was even better that like Mickie's backing up and Becky's against the ropes, like holding her chin and just like, "Okay, I see how you want to play this. That's fine. We can play dirty if you want to." So yeah, so now Becky's got to try and find a way to get back at Mickie for the shady victory.
And don't discredit Becky on her shadiness.
Yeah?
So I go way back with Becky Lynch. I can tell you her shadiness knows no bounds.
Oh, shit.
It's absolutely true
What is?
that her shadiness knows no bounds.
Oh, okay. I thought there was something that was true, like something that was just a rumor, but never mind.
Oh, yeah, it's the shadiness, man.
Gotcha. I
It's
understand.
all the way back. The shadiness dates all the way back to when she was originally wrestling as Rebecca Knox. And she did quite a fair share of cheating on the regular. So watch out, Mickey.
Thanks for that. We also found out that...
I just wanted to say something that rhymed with Fox.
Yeah, no, I
no Empire voice.
I appreciated that. We found out that after winning the Women's Championship at Elimination Chamber, Naomi did something to her knee and is having...
Yeah, I think they mentioned that it happened like during her entrance.
Really?
Yeah, like it was part, like, either that or early on in the match.
Yeah, whatever it was, she didn't really notice anything until after the match, and she was kind of settling down, adrenaline wore off, and yeah, her left knee, she was wearing a knee brace on Smackdown, but said that it wasn't going to deter her from defending the championship, it wasn't going to cause her to lose it or anything. Alexa came out and was, Alexa, she was a little blissy bitch, and, she gave Naomi a week to decide whether or not her knee was up for the challenge of Alexa Bliss's rematch. And her choices are, you can either show up next week and fight through it and lose your title, or I can just beat the hell out of you and take the title away from you. Either or. It's one or the other. But she's hoping that she brings her family to WrestleMania so they can watch the real SmackDown Women's Champion, Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
So it looks like next week we will be potentially getting ourselves a Women's Championship match as Naomi makes her first title defense. And speaking of first title defenses, we're at our main event, a triple threat match for the WWE Championship.
Only 2 days out of an Elimination Chamber match, and Bray Wyatt's already defending the title again.
Bray Wyatt is defending against the former two champions in a triple threat on the very first SmackDown post-Elimination Chamber. But it got started a little rocky because after he blew out the lantern and the lights came back on, for some reason Luke Harper decided, hey Bray, fuck you.
He's still got the Wyatt family teleportation powers.
Yeah, it was...
which is going to come in real handy for a guy who's going to probably eventually feud with Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
To have Wyatt teleportation powers.
Yeah. Bray taught him all the tricks, and now Bray really can't use them against Luke.
Man, Bray could be fucked at this point.
The fact that he gave away all of his secrets.
If this whole idea of there being a potential triple threat match between Randy Orton, Luke Harper, and Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania, I feel really bad for Randy Orton because Bray and Luke are just going to be randomly teleporting around this whole entire feud.
And Randy's just going to stand there and go, what?
And Randy's just going to be in the ring how the fuck do they do that? I am so...
And then eventually Eric Rowan's like, yeah, they never taught me either.
No, what's going to happen is then, Orton's just going to be backstage by himself and be like, man, how come I never learned the teleportation thing? And then all of a sudden Eric Rowan's going to be right next to him and Randy's going to go, fuck you too? Okay.
And Braun Strowman.
And then Braun will pop up on the other side.
Braun Strowman knows it too, he just doesn't show it over on Raw because Raw sucks.
He doesn't need to use it.
No, he's fast and scary already.
He's a thing popped into my head last night after we finished the Raw review that I feel like Braun Strowman is the human equivalent of a train.
Heavy, can cause a whole lot of damage and moves real fast. And he's not even powered by steam or coal or anything. He's just fueled for destruction.
My beard.
Yes. Despite an early disadvantage from the attack from Luke Harper, who, after attacking Bray Wyatt, just went on his merry way.
Yeah.
Didn't need to stick around.
No, he was going to watch the match from the back.
Yeah. But we still had a killer triple threat match.
Yeah, I mean, Cena and AJ, they've wrestled enough times now that they've got their shit down.
Yeah.
And Bray and Cena have wrestled enough times in their history to have their shit down. And AJ's just good with just about anybody, so...
Yeah, Bray was a nice addition to this. And it was a little bit of everything. The fact that it was a triple threat match, they didn't have to really worry about the traditional rules. They were able to fight out on the outside. They didn't have to worry about countouts.
They went through the commentary
table.
Yeah,
AJ ended up putting Bray through the announcer's table.
Took him 2 tries, but he got it.
Cena got chucked into the stairs and, blasted the entire thing, around the ring to one side. Yeah, there was some gnarly stuff in this, and it was a great match for 2 top contenders, a great first defense for Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
But
Cena tried the same thing he beat AJ with at the...
Yeah, the double AA.
Rumble, the AA and then the somersault and the other one, which,
is really cool.
It looked better than when he did it in the Rumble.
Yeah.
There was less flimsiness.
Yeah. I feel like...
Now that they've practiced it.
Yeah, they practiced it, and I think they were a bit further along in the match at the Rumble than they were in this one. So there was a lot less time for him to be a little less worn out to try and do it this time. But yeah, double AAs didn't finish it. AJ couldn't put Cena away with the Styles Clash, and after attempting the phenomenal forearm, Bray Wyatt shoved Cena into the top rope, which took out AJ. He would turn right back around into his sister Abigail, and Bray Wyatt retains the WWE Championship and has now, I guess, pinned John Cena twice and AJ Styles once.
Yeah.
So he has very well established himself as the WWE Champion. But before SmackDown would go off the air, he would have a face-to-face with his brother-in-arms, Randy Orton, who would say, I won the Royal Rumble and all of the privileges that comes with, but you are the WWE Champion, and as long as you are the master and I'm the servant, I cannot face you at WrestleMania.
No, he refuses to fight Bray Wyatt.
And so he pledges his allegiance
to the flag.
No,
the United States of America.
The United.
To the Republic for which it
the
stands.
United Braves of America.
One nation. Under the Eater of Worlds. Liberty. And Sid Justice for all.
Run. Yeah, so Bray seems ecstatic about this.
Yeah.
And, they pose. And so now, we haven't watched Talking Smack yet, but it was announced by Daniel Bryan that since Randy Orton has rescinded his main event spot at WrestleMania, there's going to be a #1 contenders battle royal next week on SmackDown to determine who's going to face Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And one's got to think that Luke Harper is at the top of that list of people to win.
Oh, man.
So, we could...
And if not, it's just really good practice for the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
That too, regardless. But, this could go so many ways. We have that set way, which is kind of obvious with Harper winning. But, who the hell else is going to be in this Battle Royal? Is there going to be some sort of fucking surprise that we don't expect?
Tatanka.
No. We don't need Tatanka in the main event of WrestleMania.
But he was surprised in another Battle Royal last year.
Was he?
He was
he was
Memorial Battle Royal.
I forgot.
I'm taking this full circle, man.
Yeah, I got it. I'm super stoked to see where this goes. And I am so on board if we are absolutely going to get this triple threat match.
I am the on-boardist.
Of course, you as soon as it became an idea, your whole
I was on board like there's a conductor in Braun Strowman's head, because he's a trade.
Choo choo, motherfucker.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Hard eyes, motherfucker. 205 Live, motherfucker.
Hey, cruiserweight division.
Yeah. This one was okay.
Yeah, I mean, the big highlight was really that this is the 205 Live debut of Grand Metalik.
Yeah.
Which is cool because he did that one thing in that one place on Raw and then disappeared.
Yeah. After being in the finals of the Cruiserweight Classic.
Yeah.
But we also did get the return of Rich Swann, who
Yes.
is all healed up and had a pretty solid victory against Noam Dar. Poked a little fun at Alicia Fox at the beginning of the match and told her she couldn't handle it, and then beat Noam Dar with a Phoenix Splash. We also had, for some reason, because they were in the main event already, we needed a side-by-side promo between Perkins and Neville.
They just felt like a really easy way to do it.
I felt like this
on Tuesdays. Like the SmackDown crew runs with like some sort of equipment that makes it super easy to do the side by side things.
Yeah, because we did it last week with Nikki and Natty. So, all right. Raw just doesn't have that technology apparently. They put too much money in Roman Reigns stuff. I couldn't come up with a better thing to say.
They spent all their money on the Friendship Festival.
That's true. No, I thought Jericho spent all his money on that.
Oh yeah.
He spent $7,000 on that stupid statue. Anyway, yeah.
It's a good statue, man.
They did a thing, and then they were going to be in the main event. Grand Metalik won his debut over Drew Gulak. Despite one major flub early on, I think he made up for it with some pretty spectacular moves.
Gulak really held his own, though.
Yes, he did.
I'm glad it wasn't one of those
It wasn't a squash.
debuts that was like, look, this person's here, watch him destroy the other guy.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't... Like, it didn't make me any more excited to see Grand Metalik, because I have been excited for Grand Metalik since August. So,
And now it's February.
Yeah, it's been a while. But, yeah.
We're glad to see him back.
Yeah. It's good to see him back on the show.
He beat him with the Metalik driver.
He did indeed. And we also had another backstage thing between Brian Kendrick and Akira Tozawa.
Nope.
Kendrick is just trying to sell this protege thing to Tozawa, and it's...
Tozawa ain't buying it.
Tozawa don't give a shit. And...
Kendrick ain't selling Girl Scout cookies. So Tozawa wants none.
Yes. And Tozawa just... He didn't even bullshit his way. He spoke straight English. He's like, no, I
just don't like.
I don't like you. I don't want anything to do with you. And that was that. Brian Kendrick didn't seem too happy about that either.
No.
And then we had.
I feel like this was actually, now that I think about it, I feel like this was potentially recorded during Raw.
That's why Tozawa was packing up his stuff after he had his match last night.
Yeah, because Tozawa, they did pretty much waist up shot the whole thing, but when they were first coming in, Tozawa was pulling up the little handle on his retractable handle luggage.
Like he was gonna leave.
And they started the shot a little low, and you could see he was still wearing his knee pads and his kick pads.
Yeah. So unless he was just wandering around, backstage of SmackDown with his gear on.
Because we know that Kendrick was also there at Raw because he did commentary on Tozawa's match.
Exactly. There is a good chance that was recorded during Raw. And then we had our main event, Neville versus TJ Perkins, a really good match between
It was
these two.
a good match, but the crowd was just asleep for this one.
That's the problem with 205 Live, is that they don't... People who are going to see SmackDown aren't going for 205 Live, because 205 Live and the Cruiserweight division is a Raw thing.
Yeah, but I mean, another thing to that is normally the crowd doesn't seem to have the issue, but we had a couple really good matches on SmackDown.
Yeah.
So I think the crowd was a little winded. I think the crowd was excited for Metalik's debut.
205 Live also was following that pretty badass triple threat match for the WWE Championship.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's good matches on SmackDown that really took some of the wind out of the sails of the crowd because they're tired now.
Yeah.
And on top of this, I do think the crowd is starting to sour on T.J. Perkins.
I think so too.
I think kind of Neville hit it on the head that T.J. Perkins is like the back burner guy.
Yeah.
Because he's good. I'm not going to say that he's not good. But it was way too much too fast. Perkins.
Yeah, well, and that's the problem with Raw. Is Raw has not done a good job of transitioning from Cruiserweight Classic to they haven't done a good job of transitioning from Cruiserweight Classic to an on-screen brand, because their first 4 months were all T.J. Perkins, Bryan Kendrick, Rich Swann.
Yeah.
It didn't change until Neville returned in December.
Yeah.
So when that's finally the changing point, now we're only 2 months out from Neville going on his run. There's the only person we've seen like any backstory into is T.J. Perkins and or Rich Swann.
Yeah.
And so you can't, when we're excited about a division, which at one point was a super competitive division, and you're trying to make us focus on 2 guys specifically, eventually we're going to get sick of those people.
Yeah.
Because we see Akira Tozawa, Grand Metalik, Drew Gulak, Tony Nese, amongst many other people that you could put in this division.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Gallagher. The fact that Jack Gallagher is now getting that main event spot against Neville, that's a step in the right direction, because people like Jack Gallagher. But don't make everything about Jack Gallagher, because then people are going to start souring on him as well.
Yeah. And, I mean, to an extent, I felt like WWE started getting really close.
Yeah.
Because when Gallagher started first getting popular during the Daivari feud, he was like everywhere.
Yeah.
Every Raw, every 205 Live, him doing stuff either in a match or on commentary or doing an interview or a contract signing or something. And I was like, oh man, they're doing it again. It's kind of the exact opposite of like the Roman Reigns syndrome, where Roman Reigns is like, he was good, but we don't like him anymore. And WWE is just like, we're going to keep throwing Roman Reigns at the wall until something sticks.
Yeah.
And it's not working. Whereas this is the exact opposite, where everybody's like, we like Jack Gallagher. And the WWE goes,
Here's all of the Jack Gallagher that we can do, and here's a little bit more. Sorry about that, Kali.
Kali.
A little bit more.
Kali died of Jack Gallagher overdose.
It's a thing. It's an epidemic right now.
Thankfully they pulled it back a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
I mean, like, even this, like, it started to get me worried again, because after the match he came out and just booked it for the ring.
Okay, yeah.
Which is very uncharacteristic of Jack Gallagher.
That makes no sense for Jack Gallagher to just go running down the ring, because... Why?
That's not gentlemanly.
Because the last time he was going to interfere in something, he actually got on the microphone and said, I just want to let you know, I'm going to interfere.
Yeah.
So why would he just blatantly run down to the ring and presumably attack Neville? We don't actually know what he was going to do.
Because Neville kicked him in the back of the head upon entering the ring.
Neville didn't even give him a chance to, like, do anything.
Which is smart, because one could assume a man bolting in your direction with an umbrella.
That's fair. He did have Bill with him, so
might be looking to hit you with the umbrella.
that's true. So,
but Neville impressively darted the umbrella all the way back up the ramp.
Yeah. This was all after Neville beat T.J. Perkins, by the way.
Oh yeah.
With the Rings of Saturn. But yeah, no, the match was good, but yeah, the crowd wasn't too into it. I still, I enjoy 205 Live, and I want to enjoy every aspect of this division, but it's still connected to Raw, and it's not.
It's starting to show a little bit.
Yeah, it's starting to show. It's red brand. The red there's less and less blue in that purple, and it's starting to get a little more red, and it's unfortunate.
Hey, Cruiserweight division, your Monday Night Raw is showing.
Yeah. Well, that's it for Tuesday Night Live, guys. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, smash all the buttons.
Like the links, the podcast, the Reasonable Wrestling Fans.
With a W.
Like wrestling. Where you get to see punishment videos very, very soon of not only me eventually getting chopped and us eating bugs, but now with my win of Elimination Chamber, you'll be seeing this guy with a mouthful of warheads reciting a classic promo from wrestling history. So look forward to that. Check out all the other videos.
That was probably coming first, to be honest.
Yeah, we've got more of the means to do that first. So, but the other ones will come eventually, and other videos will be popping up there over on the other channel very, very soon. As soon as we get some extra time to do some editing. But go back, check out all the other videos this week, like our Elimination Chamber review, which is only video form. Check it all out. Enjoy it. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next. Fuck winning that Raw. Good job, Smackdown.
Yeah.